By the Emperor's light, another warp breach! Purge the heretics for the Emperor! Hello, my friends, and welcome to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. So, full disclosure, I have played a little bit of this game before. I made it through the tutorial, I cleared out the hub world, I saved the farm planet, and then I landed on the capital world. And that is it. As far as I understand, I barely dipped my toe into this game. Last time I played, the game had just come out, and back then there was a bit of a bug when you would respec your character, and it kinda ruined the profile. I told myself I'd come back in when they fixed it. They fixed it, but unfortunately for me, life kinda sped up way too fast, and so I never had a chance to come back to the game. But I finally have an excuse, because not only do I have an open slot after another Crab's Treasure, but a DLC just came out this last Tuesday, so a couple of days ago. So I'm very excited to be able to hop back in and start playing this. Which is why I'm not going to waste any time. What is this? No, I want that on. I very much want that on. That's part of the whole reason why we're getting back into this. You know what? I might regret this. I think I'm going to go with this one. Because even though normal says it's the intended difficulty, I don't like the enemies getting debuffed. This way seems a lot more fair. Yep. Like I said, probably gonna regret it. We are absolutely making a custom character. I have a good idea of what I want to do with them. Hello? Oh, okay. Let's go with... I think we're gonna go with this guy. I wish that I was tech savvy enough to be able to actually put in my own portrait, but I do like that it I do like that whatever portrait you choose, it tries to make the base character as close as it can to it. I'm just kind of zoning out, trying to remember what I wanted to do with the guy. Let's see. Yeah, we're going faux hawk. It'll make sense in just a minute. Tattoo. Going with the Imperial back tattoo. We're getting all these tattoos. I want this one, so you can see it through the hair. I want... not that one. That one? Whichever one has the least amount of chaos symbols on it, to be honest with you. I think for this run, we're going to be doing a little bit of dogmatic, a little bit of iconoclast. To be perfectly honest, I'm just going to choose whichever feels right to me. And last time around, that seemed to be sort of split down the middle between dogmatic and iconoclast. This one? No. That one. There we go. And then 5. What do I want for 5? Was it this one? Yeah. Okay. And then augmentations, we want... Where is it? Where is it? I think it's this one. Yeah. This one? Yeah, that way we have the tattoo on one side and the plug-in on the other. Actually, because I also want to go with... Where's the eyeball stuff? Is it this one? think it might be that one. Yeah, sorry, I want our guy to be decently messed up right out of the gate. Yeah, I think it's that one. I forgot that I needed to do the eyebrows and stuff. I nearly went straight on past this. We got the bushy brow. Now, what color do we want to go with the eyebrows? Maybe a darker color? How does this look? I don't know. Maybe I'll switch it back over to white? No, I don't really like white either. I don't mind the gray. Now for the beard. Sorry if I'm rambling just a little bit. This may not be the most entertaining part. I thought that I knew what I wanted to do with this guy, and I could just sort of run through this. There we go. I like this one because it has a little bit more of a flair than the basic beard.
I'll see you terminated. Lance batteries.
Yeah, there we go. We'll go with that one. And then I want Forge World. The rest of this should go rather quickly because I kind of took a look before I started recording to make sure I knew what I wanted. Yeah, we're going crit chance. We're basically going to be making a sneaky sniper if we can. I'm liking this already. Yeah, so far so good. Which one do we want? Lore Imperium is actually better than I give it credit for in most cases, because it lets you call people on their bull crap. That being said, I think we are going to go Apex of Brilliance and then Shadow of Torment, because I would much rather lose Carouse than Commerce or Persuasion. And then, like I said, we're going to be going for a bit of a sniper. We're going to go Operative, and then Bounty Hunter, and then Exemplar. There is the new ability as well. And I'm going to have to look into this rather heavily off camera. Because I have no idea. I've kind of gone into this DLC rather blind. I know that we have Goth Mommy to look forward to, but that's about it. So, gonna beef up a couple of our stats. I have never been the best at building characters. I think I've said this on every game that I've played that involves stats or builds of any kind. Because it's very much true. I very much suck at trying to build things properly. But I sort of have a list of what worked for me last time around. So hopefully the skills won't take too long. And then I want to go with this. And see. This is probably going to take forever if I just wait for it to do it randomly, but I saw one. Here it is. Now, this sounds like it would be Glorious Liberation in Latin, but Google Translate said it was something completely different. I'll have to edit it in right around here. And then, ooh, I hadn't actually thought of this. It feels like a cop-out to call ourselves Llama in this one. I know. Llameticus. That works for me. Alright, well, not too bad. We only spent 10 minutes trying to set ourselves up. I thought it would move a little bit quicker, but I got kind of finicky playing Fashion Souls. I have heard that a few more lines of dialogue are actually voice acted this time around, so I'm excited to see that. At least since the last time I played. Like I said, last time I played, the game had literally just came out. Anything else while we're waiting on the potato? Oh, crap. Yeah, I don't know how often it's going to come up, but just like all my other series, I did want to have a death counter of some kind, but since this game's more team-based, I figured I would put in a TPK counter. So, this is what that's going to look like.
No!
There we go. Okay. Alright, game. Let's do this.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
This absolute bag of dicks. Choices in dialogue. You are in a dialogue. Here you can learn more about current events. By clicking left mouse button, your character's personal story depends on the dialogue choices you make. Yup. I don't like you, Conrad. I've never liked you. I wonder how he'll react if I insult the Imperium. All this ostentatious luxury, this laughable pretense, it is enough to make one think that the architects meant to compensate rather than glorify.
Interesting perspective. However, allow me to offer you a bit of advice. In the interests of your own well-being, you should frame your thoughts with greater piety. Demonstrating such a lack of care when choosing your words might be viewed by certain people as evidence of insufficient trepidation before the God Emperor, the master of humanity.
No, I've heard the podcasts. He'd rather be the mighty man-purrer. Damn, I really thought I could get him to slip up a little bit. Oh well. Let's see. I merely criticize the talentless. I prefer to serve by acting, not speaking. You seem to attach much importance to words. Which one's the more sassy? I'll do this one.
My apologies. The statements you made were so intriguing that I forgot myself. Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencius. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
And then the hyperlinks just telling me about highlighted words that if I don't know what it is, I can hover over it. I really like that they put that in the game because I do love the lore of this game, but my mind is anything but an encyclopedia. Llameticus Stubbs. My name is rather well known in certain circles in the Calexis sector.
My regards. Naturally, the infamy of your achievements in the shadows of an entire sector is not unknown to me. Your enterprising spirit and, if you excuse my bluntness, refusal to die are qualities worth saluting. It is as if you were carried here on the wings of destiny itself.
Yeah, that's not ominous.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencius, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with her ladyship. Bear it with
To be
honor.
perfectly fair, Valencius is a much, much better name than Stubbs. Which one are we doing first? Well, I think we'll just start from the top. Lord Captain, a strange title for Lady Theodora.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis at the time when the first rogue traders entered the Gold Emperor's service, and therefore, it is sacrosanct.
Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor. Your former position may have been different from conventional service as part of one of the institutions of the Imperium, but from now on, a different fate awaits you. One chosen for you by the Lord Captain. I advise you to come to terms with this reality as quickly as possible.
You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities, other than being a eunuch, you son of a bitch, Conrad?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencius. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Tell me about the one whose ship I've found myself. That's worded a little weird.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back, especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
Sorry about that. I was trying to fix the sound and it kinda cut out for a second. You say I'm one of the rogue trader's heirs, so there's another candidate?
There is, and you will meet him soon enough.
Oh, fair enough. Short and to the point. I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let's address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, first things first. Before I do anything, computer's been hiccuping a little bit, so I'm just gonna save real quick. And then try and remember how to...
I always have a backup plan.
There we go. It's gonna take me a little bit. I've been playing too many Souls-likes, so I'm not used to mouse and keyboard. I've been playing with controller for a while. So these are all the different interactables. Rather straightforward. A massive conference table, obviously crafted from real wood. Oh, damn. A resource of incredible value aboard a void ship. Gonna go around real quick. Press some buttons. The sacred mechanism has been interfered with without due reverence. The duration of the data processing cycle has tripled. Oh god, I can't read. Incomprehensible information is displayed on a large screen above the cogitators. Oh, damn. You can make out references to unfamiliar systems and worlds among the numbers and logisticar symbols. God damn. Press this button. Yeah, same thing. I'm just making these guys' life a living hell. Alright. Try and move on before I completely ruin the ship. Don't think there's too much for me to miss out on. I don't see any treasure chests. I think we've gotten everything, so I guess no other choice but to go talk to the pompous jackass. Conrad? Okay. I gotta go through the door.
One of the Fon Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Man, those guys are barely audible. I am gonna have to tweak the sound. Just 1 second.
What's happening? Run! The servitors have gone berserk! To arms!
Alright, first battle of the game. Let's see if I can remember how this works. 1 damage. Oh, that is not good for you, buddy. Oh, damn. Of course you don't shoot, Conrad. Of course you don't help out. Now, let's see if I can remember how to play this game. So I think I'll go here.
Taking calculated risk is in my second
Analyze
nature.
enemies. Oh, crap. Action points. Yeah. Single shot. Gotcha. Surefire plan. Okay, so that's the buff.
It's as good as done.
And then that's the debuff.
On it.
Get you with that. Then it looks like we only have single shot for the moment, so I guess we're going with that. And hopefully I hit.
I'll see to it personally.
Yeah. Alright. I think that's about all I can do. Oh no. Oh, you poor dude. Oh shit. Well, that's not too good for you, buddy. Still no shoosting, huh? Well, I think I'm gonna stand. I'll put another one of those on you. And then beefcake up. And hopefully this gets you.
I'll see to it.
There we go. Oh, I had my pistol.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
This man over here pretending like he helped. Sorry if I'm a little bit quiet already. This heat is kind of melting my mind.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Yeah, fair enough. Hello? Yeah, okay. Scaring me. Okay, before I move on... Oh, do I not? I don't have the rifle yet. Okay, well that at least explains why I have the pistol.
I always keep my options open.
And then, forewarning, I am going to be clicking on everything. The wires in this servitor's head are still smoldering. It would seem the cause of this malfunction was the short-circuiting of the motive force. The Omnisaya forsook him. Tarantula sentry gun constructed with the blessing of the Adeptus Mechanicus, using a standard template construct in the manufactorums of Kiava Gamma. Ooh, that's our Forge world. Lehman Russ battle tank, reclaimed and restored by the grace of the God Emperor, the first to breach the capital walls during the pacification of Vortez Chiton. I have no idea where that is. Oh.
Keep your wits about you.
No, I just clicked on that. Sorry. Like I just mentioned, my brain's a little bit melted. A violet alloy, which upon closer examination turns out to be a handcrafted object. Symbols carved with a primitive tool are visible on the surface. Then the blackstone. Black shard resembling obsidian. If you look closely, you can discern a strange, barely perceivable glow inside the artifact. I think this is a callback to Mechanicus, because that sounds like the blackstone stuff you use to level up. A massive golden amalgam interspersed with sparkling particles. I can barely read.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
The stone on the pedestal is no doubt solid, but its surface shimmers and changes hue, as if someone has captured a piece of turbulent sea within the rock. Few more things. A strange object that resembles sea coral. The porous surface is pitted, a sign that it has been underwater. Just want to make sure that I don't miss out on anything. A gray-green crystal with white veins. A low hum can be heard coming from the artifact. Anything over here?
I always have a backup plan.
Yeah. This exhibit is unfinished. Another symbol of House Von Valancius. I don't need to bother with Theodora's unfinished trophy room. If it's important, they would have put a thing there. I'm just being extra careful that I don't leave anything behind, because I know I can't come back here. But I think I'm safe. I don't think I've actually unlocked the ability to loot yet, as ridiculous as that sounds.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
You take that back. That man is a silver-tongued fox right next to you. You don't talk shit about my Abelard. Your first impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that have taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Ethelthred, Theodora von Valentius' features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clapped casually behind her back, and everything seems to emphasize the difference in her status between her and Ethelthred. Behind the two of them, you see two more men. One is a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing, who is studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth, bristling with holsters and baldricks, containing all manner of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say. But attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Well, even though some of these other ones are pretty good, I'm gonna go with one of these because I passed the skill check on it, so it feels like it should be the better outcome. Let's go with the dangerous aliens. I think I went with the warp one on my original playthrough. Those spirits could well be the natives' name for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if that is indeed the case, and if the population of Ion 6 engages in Xeno worship.
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Yeah, fair enough, but...
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
I like number one. It seems like the most of a backhand. I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do, Ethelthred.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Oh, I very dare.
Ethelthred, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here?
Was it not you who sent for me? Oh, yeah.
You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lickspittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed. My name is Theodora von Valentius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity, and my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with Fon Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
One of? Does this mean there are other heirs?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
So I gotta admit, Theodora, it is a bit of a red flag choosing a psyker as your heir, but maybe she has her reasons? I just think the guy has big worm tongue energy.
Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Yep, he does seem like the type to screw up often. If you are satisfied with Edelthrad, then what sense is there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on it?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse. One could not in good faith describe your background as one of exemplary service to the Imperium. However, I am intrigued by you and your past. To have survived and prospered between the letters of the law is a rare achievement among those in our circle. You are skilled in the art of taking risks and cutting corners. Trust me when I say that you will have sufficient opportunity to apply this talent for the good of the house. Moreover, your remarkable mental abilities were noted in your profile. If you can find a way to exhibit them in the service of the Fon Valancius dynasty, well, so much the better.
Oh. I was wondering why that's blue. Okay. So because I chose intelligence as one of my starting things, that's actually cool. Maybe it's just been a long time. I don't remember that happening last time. Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name Fon Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
I just asked a bunch of questions, but why not ask a few more? Oh, dear Jesus.
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Well, I did warn you guys at the start that I am going to be going through as much of this dialogue as I can to try and pick out as much of the lore as I can get. So, let's start at the top. Navigator, translation. What are these things you speak of?
Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars.
Which is weird. You would think that as a space pirate, I would know a little bit about this.
Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead, sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars.
An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Yeah, well, to be fair, sometimes rumors like that do have a little bit more substance in this world.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
Where's your ship headed?
The Rycad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor.
I'ma do my best.
I set the course for Rycad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time. Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
Yeah, I don't really feel like kissing her boot quite yet, so I think I'm gonna go with 4. I have no more questions.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Here we go. Sorry that most of this episode is going to be talking and dialogue. We'll have more action-packed episodes in the future, but gotta try and work our way through the tutorial for now. Yep, got it. Initiative ambushed, so we don't get to place our dudes.
Emperor, protect me.
My place is at the fort.
Nice. Yeah, I was literally about to say Abelard's going to kill most of those dudes before I eat. Ooh, 2? You got 2 dudes? Attack denial. Use cover to avoid enemy attacks. Ability to point. Pistols and shotguns are an exception to the rule and can be fired point blank. Got it. So if I just run straight into the guy, he can't really do anything. But I am going to take cover. I'll put some points on you. We'll do this. And then I'll do this.
It's as good as done.
And then I should be covered from everybody else.
Out of my way!
Yeah, at least they're going for the threat, to be perfectly fair.
Pain and duty.
No! You leave my old man alone! That is my butler. Man, I miss my sniper rifle. This pistol. Abelard is just over here killing at least 2 people per turn. Your character has received a temporary... Okay, so I got a buff from somebody. Let's put that on you. $34. Let's go right there. Still 34. Okay. Damn it. Fingers getting tangled over themselves, pressing a lot of things I don't mean to. I think we're just gonna have to take the shot and hope that we actually hit. Come out. Damn it. Well, shit. Oh, good. Still shooting at the threats.
I've suffered worse.
Damn.
Tried and tested tactics.
Get him,
are the
Abelard.
best ones.
Oh, God. I am shocked that that person survived. Not the one that just got shot at. Oh, never mind. The one that just got turned into a puddle. Last dude. Am I going to be able to pull my weight?
Who if not me?
Let's see. Oh, that's a high number. Yeah. Not bad. But then again, it is the tutorial, so it's not going to be too
Take a team with
crazy.
you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive.
Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
To be fair, warp travel is, well, I'd say it's the worst, but the orcs literally just throw themselves into chaos. So technically it's not the worst, but it is far from a cozy journey.
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the arch-militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, I don't think there's anything I can actually loot. Yeah, no loot. No loot for me. Anything in here? Nothing. Alright,
Always keep
no
your eye on
loot
the
for
prize.
me quite yet. Soon, though. Soon loot. I gotta wait for things to hit the fan just a little bit more, and then I'm allowed to start looting the bodies. The heretic's body is riddled with holes. An improvised single shotgun lies smoking in his hand. Did he do it to himself then? What is that supposed to mean? Hello? Mort? There you are, you big bastard. Oh god, that gun.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up.
Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
I wonder why that is.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Geller field failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
We must provide immediate assistance to those still on the middle decks. Perhaps then we might be able to stop this wave from spreading.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
Yeah, she's not wrong about that.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
No.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
I know who the Sister of Battle is. Who's Tlas? Am I just forgetting a character?
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psyker powers.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
I shall do everything in my power.
Not everything in your power. You will do as I say. I'll have your heads if you fail. Is that clear? Then move out. Mort, come.
Jesus. I forgot she was this much of a bitch. Alright, you sentient bag of tiny dicks. Let's get a move on.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
Well, simply because I hate you, I think I'm gonna go with 3. You had better not fail me. The Lord Captain made it clear that relying on you is fraught with risk.
I see you have quickly earned Lady Theodora's trust, if she is already sharing her closely guarded secrets with you. But that is no longer relevant.
Sounds pretty relevant. With a pop and a sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen, and you are consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain. Oh, you cowardly little heretical he-bitch. How dare you tase me, you son of a... It said he tases me. Animation is just him punching me over the back of the head. I promised you a special destiny, Llameticus. It is time to fulfill it. pompous son of a bitch. What time is it? Gonna be cutting it close. Especially with this loading screen. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Hello, friends.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Voidveer, you two-faced scum, are you the one behind this mayhem?
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Let's get under his skin, shall we? What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary.
Oh, yeah.
This blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Oh, I don't know about that. What sorry, pathetic excuse do you even have for your apostasy, you sordid, wretched piece of grok shit?
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind. Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench, Fon Valencius, watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
I gotta try and fight it off. The blade flashes in the dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a single urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. I gotta try and fight it. Get out! I'm not your puppet! Damn it. Damn it, what? I didn't have a choice in that. He just hit me over the back of the head. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna have to call it. I'm sorry about this, guys. I did want to push this episode a little bit further so that it would be a little bit longer than an hour, but unfortunately, because of the heat going on right now, my computer's already having a hard enough time as it is, so I think I'm just gonna have to call it here for today. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming along with me. I hope you all have had a wonderful day, and until I see you next time, have fun, and stay safe out there.